I'm passionate about skin health because acne is something that I have struggled with for my entire adulthood. Hi, I'm Sophie Markopoulos. I'm a licensed esthetician, makeup artist, and salon owner. I'm passionate about skin health because acne is something that I have struggled with for my entire adulthood. My first approach was to cover it up with makeup. I was already kind of dabbling in makeup. I'd been experimenting with makeup since I was little, so it was kind of natural for me to use that as a tool to feel better about my skin. But then it got to the point where I realized that layering a bunch of makeup on top of my acne was making it worse. When I was a teenager, which is the normal time to have acne, I more dealt with the occasional breakout and blackheads. I had received a couple of facials when I was younger, but it was never anything that required a ton of care. When I went to college, so in my very early adulthood, that's when I started breaking out really badly, like cystic acne, and I also had a terrible picking problem, which I still struggle with, and I would say most people with acne also struggle with picking because it's really hard just to let pimples exist on your face. So when you're in college, you're also dealing with a lot of other life changes. And my acne persisted. I'm 31 now. I still have acne. So my acne really manifested during a time of uncertainty. Most people are figuring out themselves and who they are and what they want to do with their lives in their early adulthood, in their late teens, early 20s, dealing with all of those life challenges and also dealing with the negative impact that acne can have on your self-esteem can be really challenging. I was already into makeup. I had been into makeup since I was little, mostly like fun, eye makeup, lipstick, the more expressive part. But suddenly makeup started to take on a little bit more of a functional role, which isn't bad necessarily. If you feel like you need to cover up your acne or make your skin tone look more even to feel more confident when you're going out on interviews or going to work, doing your work in the world, going out with your friends, whatever, like it's a neutral thing how we choose to present ourselves. But it would be nice to feel confident without it. It would be nice to save time in the morning, right? And when I was washing off my makeup at the end of the day, I really was not loving what I was seeing in the mirror. So it did have quite the impact on my self-esteem, and also like it has a practical impact, like spending all that time doing your makeup in the morning, maybe looking like you're wearing a lot of makeup, which also doesn't always feel good. That's when I really started to take an interest in skincare. I started watching a lot of YouTube. Actually, YouTube is one of the biggest reasons, one of the biggest catalysts for my current career. Because if it weren't for watching makeup influencers, I otherwise would not have realized how accessible the information I needed to follow my passion really was. I started reading a lot of blogs, watching a lot of YouTube videos, and trying to educate myself on skincare. I even when you're in college, you have access to like JSTOR and you learn how to use Google Scholar. I even would start to do more academic research on the skin. And that still very much informs my approach now. I still very much thrive in research, and I started working retail as well, just because when I was finishing up college and once I graduated, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to pursue. So I kind of took on a couple of retail cosmetics jobs as just side gigs while I was applying to master's programs. And to this day, I do believe that the companies that you train with when you work with a certain product line as an esthetician, or if you work in a store, not even as an esthetician, but just working for a product line, they're going to train you on their products. Sometimes they do cite research, but with a certain line that I've done a lot of training with, actually, a lot of the research, actually I think all of the research they cite is their own. So I learned to be critical, not skeptical I am skeptical, but I learned to be critical of all of my training and really try and do my own research. My research not only consists in the theoretical part, the actually reading papers and reading books and watching videos and stuff, but testing stuff on myself, constantly soliciting feedback from my clients, testing stuff on models if it's like really a new thing for me. There are several reasons I do what I do now. I would say one of the biggest driving factors in me being an esthetician and creating content and wanting this information to be more accessible to people is because I feel that there is a lot of wrong information out there. You know, whether it was like during COVID when there was a lot of anti-science stuff going around, and now in a post-COVID world, I still see those ideas lingering in the skincare space. You know, this idea that natural and organic is better, or that clean beauty is better, when like clean beauty doesn't actually have an official definition. It's usually a term that is defined by these brands that are trying to sell us something. Instead of using tactics like fear-mongering and making absolute statements like, you know, these things are good and these things are bad, I'm really a lot more concerned with helping you determine these things are good for me, these things are not good for me and my skin and my lifestyle, etc. I truly think that skincare can be very complex, as a lot of like health-related things are, with this influx of beauty brands and beauty influencers out there who maybe are trying to sell you something and like maybe also aren't working on clients all the time, and who maybe themselves don't struggle with complex skin issues. I'm not saying that their content isn't valuable or like, you know, that following their regimen couldn't be good for anybody. I want you to get your information from somebody who really leans into the complexity of it, has done a lot of the research for you, and has really like walked the walk when it comes to treating adult acne. Your appearance is superficial, but it's powerful. Sometimes it is about the way other people perceive you, and that can have an impact, but like really the most important thing is how you perceive yourself. And that is something that kind of fuels my why. In addition to wanting to give you the right information, and not just the right information as like an absolute, but the right approach for you and your unique skin, because everyone is unique. Not only do I actually know what it's like to struggle with your skin and your identity at the same time, but I have really done the research, practice on myself and clients, and my heart is genuinely in the place of wanting to give you the best information possible and the best experience with skincare possible. I wanted to be a skincare expert, an adult acne expert, so I could help as many people as possible out there get the right information for once and not have to be totally overwhelmed and at times misled by all of these other influencers and brands who might not have those same exact intentions and the same experience as me. No matter where you are on your skincare and aesthetics journey, whether you are getting married, whether you just started breaking out, whether you've tried everything and you're totally frustrated, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you on your skincare journey to get the best results for you and your unique skin. Thank you so much for watching this video. I can't wait to accompany you on your self-care and self-expression journey, and follow for more makeup and skincare tips.